It's a one-man army. I could do this by myself. I've been doing this by myself. I'm 11-0. Just like if you were going to war, the drums, boom, 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 boom. It's the drums that make the, just sets the tone. I feel everything because I'm leading the dance. I let you go, and I let you go, let you get comfortable. And now I'm in your face. I go in and I go hard at it. And I think everyone should do that if they really want to make a career out of it. I think after his last loss, he will get greedy, and I'll catch him.
Hello everybody and welcome to Between Rounds. I'm Dan Hardy and I am joined this episode by Thad Jean, the Silverback, matched, ready for that welterweight title shot.
Yes, sir.
I can see you smiling as soon as I mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling for it. It's a good fight.
I'm super excited. People talk about the long time off that I had, but the long time off that I had is definitely helped me prepare for this upcoming match with Shamil Musayev.
You've been drinking this stuff, haven't you? I heard you were bouncing off the walls yesterday. We're sponsored by Gorilla Energy now. I'm going to have a little sip before I work out later.
It is good. If this is exactly, this is a really good one. We had I'm the Silverback and this is the Gorilla Energy.
So
it definitely works out perfectly for me. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, if anything, I would say this is God's plan too. It works out perfectly in the end for me. So I'm excited for this match coming up. I'm thankful for the sponsor for that's helping out with the company and everything. And I'm glad more eyes are looking at the PFL.
What's it like to have Silverback Nation growing so fast? Everywhere I go, bro, everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, Thad Jean, you got to see that guy, the way he moves and everything. Everyone's talking about you.
Yeah.
That must be feel
it feels great. It feels really good. It feels like all the hard work that I've been putting in, that I am putting in, is continuously paying off. And, always trying to, go into the room with a positive energy always seems to attract more people, and people see that, and then they want to see you succeed. And as they watch me succeed in the things that I do, it's like they're on the journey with me. And if you could feel like you're part of the journey with me, I love that even more. So it's awesome to have the Silverback Nation grow the way that it is.
That's the thing that really stands out to me. A lot of fighters can be quite polarizing, and they'll have fans, and then they'll have people that want to see them lose. I have not met anybody that is not rooting for you. You're just very, very easy to root for. But that seems like it comes natural to you. You walk into a room, you give good energy, and you get good energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that from your parents?
Exactly that.
Okay.
I would say more both of them. I would say my dad is he's really much of a character, but my mother as well. They're just, I absolutely love both of them. When you see that, who do you love more, your mom or your dad? I was like, I can't even describe it. Honestly, they would hate me saying this, but I'd die for both of them. But, they would never want me to say that. But, they're absolutely amazing. They've been supporting me since the beginning of my career, since the beginning of my life, I should say, and raising not just me, but my entire family up in a way that, has been super, super loving. And, we are super close to them. There's 7 of us as with the children, and we're all super close. And I have to say that it's because of our parents. They go through tough times as husband and wife, but they taught us that if you stick it through, it all works out in the end.
You're all siblings? You're all close, are you?
Yeah,
are you competitive with each other?
We are. Me and my big brother Barry. We are competitive. We're trash talkers. We're completely like if you watch those home videos of the kids fighting each other. That was me and my brother, and he gassed me by 5 years. But because I grew up watching him do football, wrestle, and all these things, I'm like, man, I could be better than him, So it's competitive, and my older brother is more like our parent. Is trying to hey, calm down, but at the same time, all right, go at it. So it was definitely a healthy relationship and competitiveness, but at the same time, nurturing and helping me grow at the same time. Yeah.
Almost like there was a standard that was set that you were trying to reach to chase your older brother.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly. Like even if I want to say yeah, I can whoop his ass now. I say I can whoop his ass now, but there's still a level of respect where you you don't want to do that. You don't want to come off as that guy, because he is my older brother. He is definitely someone who I still also look at as someone who's a role model for me as well. So, just as you grow and, I could take your dad, you could take on your dad, but at the same time, if you ever have that mindset of wanting to take on your dad, you're a horrible child. That's one. But at 2, yeah, you could take on your dad, but he's old. He took care of you growing up. You should be taking care of him now. So it's like the roles reverse and give that love back.
Yeah. You know, there's a shout out to the crew that we've got here. There's a very famous Irish poet called Seamus Heaney.
Yeah.
Who wrote a poem about the changing of time.
Yeah.
And, you know, at one point your father was carrying you on his back and now you carry him on yours.
Yeah.
And I read it when I was at school. It always stuck in my mind. I'll have to find it and send it to you. I think you'll appreciate it.
Nice.
What were you like as a kid? Were you energetic? Were you a pain in the ass?
100%.
Oh, you were? Okay.
1,000. My parents kept me in sports as much as they could.
Because of your energy?
Because of my energy.
Right, okay.
Because of, I played drums when I was in the church because I couldn't sit down. Outside of that, I was in football, soccer, played baseball for a season, was in basketball, travel basketball. I was in constant sports. If I was at home, I was outside, getting dirty. You ever seen those when the houses were getting renovated, they'd pile up some dirt on the swell, so you and your friends would take a bike or BMX bike and see who could go the highest see who could nearly kill themselves. So we were always outside getting dirty or just enjoying ourselves as kids. You don't see that much, but when you do see it, you're like, oh, thank God. The children are living again. So it's like I was constantly, my parents definitely made sure I didn't stay still, was constantly in something, keeping me going, because if I was at home, I was going to be a pain in the ass, 100%. Okay. Yeah.
You say you were a drummer as well? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I tell you, some of those churches have got some incredible drummers.
Yeah.
There's this YouTube channel I've started watching called Drumble, right?
Drumble.
And they'll get drummers from gospel churches, and they'll play them a song that they've
never heard before, and then they
play it.
Yeah.
And they're playing them heavy metal songs,
yeah.
and they're like thrashing out to
killing
this,
it, right?
This sounds pretty good,
Yeah.
These guys could thrash.
Yeah, I'm not as good as them. I play, and I've been playing for a while, but it was more like pastime hobby.
Okay.
Like those guys are good though.
But the energy in those churches as well.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep the energy up, especially when it comes to. If you know this as a musician, it's the drums that make the music. I think personally, if I play a reggae beat, even if it's a rock song, we could turn it into a reggae song, reggae type of song. Or if I go more traditional with some, like more like jazz style, all you gotta do is just tone down the music a little bit, and it becomes a jazz song, But that's the beat itself, and I feel like when drummers you could really, if you're in a church, I should say, and you could really feel that drummer like really playing his heart out, you really want to get up and praise too. So I feel like the drum, the beat, just like if you were going to war, it's the drum, the drums, boom, 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 boom. Rowing boats, rowing those boats, boom, 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 boom. The Roman ships, boom. It's the drums that make just sets the tone.
Yeah. I always remember do you remember Pride Fighting Championships where they did the intros? And they'd have the big drummers on the stage. I used to love those intros. I get goosebumps on my arms. I'm like, I need a pair of gloves. I need to fight. It
was nice seeing, Yuri Prohaska actually come out not too long ago and beat those drums too. And he just like embodies the whole samurai look, and just sometimes he's like, God bless him. He might be on the spectrum a bit, but
definitely. Most of us are, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So
he's just way further down the spectrum.
Oh man, 100%. After watching, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but after watching a little bit of Love on the Spectrum, you're like, there's a lot of people who are like this, and it's just like, what a beautiful show, by the way.
Yeah,
but it's
absolutely.
like, a lot of us, can't, like you say, are on that spectrum, for better or for worse, whatever it is. But it's nice.
So talk to me about music. Interesting. I've been watching a couple of your fights recently. I've been editing a few bits for something that we've got coming up, and I went back and watched your knockout against Berkamov, and it's interesting because it almost seems like it's probably very natural for you. You don't have to think about it, but there's a rhythm built into your movement. Which now, when you said you're a drummer, I'm like, it kind of makes sense. I can kind of see that rhythm. How to stop and start and pause for a second and let things breathe. Like, as you slipped his punch and you threw that right hand, you knew you weren't going to knock him out with it, because this one was here ready to go. But it was like, if you'd have thrown that too soon, you'd have missed him with it. It was just the perfect rhythm. Talk to me about how you move. Is that a natural thing? Do you have to think about it? And then, as a sub question, talk to me about music.
I would say it's at first, of course, it's more like, how can I integrate, I wouldn't even say music, but yeah, I would say music, dancing, like the 1, 2, 1, 2. How can I lead this dance? How can I lead this dance? How can I make him move the way that I want him to move? And it is like you say, it's if I throw too soon, we have 2 left feet. You know what I mean? Now I'm stumbling over, or now I'm missing the punch, and now he has a chance to take over and start leading the dance. So it's more of, hey, I see everything. When I say I see everything, I feel everything because I'm leading the dance. You know, we talk about filling out your opponent. Fill out your opponent, but lead the feeling, I should say. Like in a way, like don't be in a standoff where towards you go, then I go. You go, then I go. I go, I let you go.
Yeah.
I go again, then I let you go. I let you go, and I let you go. Let you get comfortable. But I see the way you move, I see the way you dance, and then I see everything now. And so now as I start picking up, as I start seeing you move, now I can keep going. Now I lead because as soon as I push, I seen you go for a couple of times because I let you. And now I'm in your face. And I think that's what fighters notice, is that when they see me slow down, they start realizing this guy's prepping to latch on, attack me, you know? And you've seen it with Jason Jackson fight where we're like just standing because he usually goes, right? No, he's seen me. He was waiting. He knows that I'm waiting for him because he notices that he's in danger as soon as he throws something. You've seen him with Logan Storley. Usually he's on attack. He only got to the attack when he got desperate in the last rounds. But when I'm in there and I'm setting the tone and I've done everything, now it's more of like, okay, we led the dance. Now I want you to try. And as soon as I let you try it, because we're fighters now, we understand danger. They realize, hey, maybe if I go, I might not come out the way that I want to. And I feel like it worked out a lot better with Berkimov because I was so unknown at the time. I was so unknown at the time. And I would say when it comes to the music, it's the cadence of the beats, like the boom, boom, like how do you move your feet? You know, you got to move your feet in certain ways or you'll stumble over yourselves, you know? Let's go this way. Let's go that way. Let's go this way. Let's go that way. I'm coming.
So what are your rhythms then? What are you listening to when you're training?
I
used to. The reason why I'm asking you this is one of my favorite people to watch back in the day, and I used to watch him and then go to the gym and to mimic him, was Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Right, Pensacola, Florida,
yeah.
and he had this rhythm to him. He used to listen to like Run DMC and like old hip hop that had got this rhythm that he would work to, and then when you watched him fight, you would see him using these rhythms that was now internalized. It was inside him. You know what I mean? And I always. It's always interesting when someone has got a really good control of their cadence and their rhythm, and then they're able to use it against their opponent. Because, like you said, a lot of the time the opponent doesn't even know it's happening, and then when they start to feel that it's happening, they start to second guess themselves because they're like
hesitant.
Like I'm gonna do something now, but he's already decided what I'm gonna do, and he's decided it for me, which means there's gonna be something waiting for me. Right. Like, talk to me about what you're listening to when you're training and if that influences your movement at all.
100%. You know, I would say at the beginning of it, I do listen to something like, you know, you hear me say a lot of gospel, but I would say gospel slows it down just so that when I ramp it up with something like Limp Bizkit, because I do love to listen to Limp Bizkit, or even something like Hispanic music or Latin music, because that's a lot of dancing.
That's got a bum chicker to it.
Yeah.
Veronica's Venezuelan, and I always say this to her. Everything that she puts on has got this undertone of bum chicka, bum chicka. Bum. And there is a different rhythm to it. And I'm like, I can see the way that she moves when she's training to it.
You see that? And that does help. And it helps you, like, you know, flow and get into a rhythm. Or if I want to get really good into my footwork, then I go into, my coach puts it on all the time, and it's really nice. Maybe house music.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yamore. Yeah. So, you know, just getting into it. And once I get a footwork and then I'm moving, now I'm moving like, I forget his name, but he lost one fight and he stopped boxing after that. But he was an amazing boxer, and he was super awkward because he was like moving. I think he was, I forget his name.
It'll come to you later.
Yes, it will.
You'll have to message
Prince
me.
Nassim?
Oh,
Something like that?
Nassim Hamed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
that was my generation of boxers to watch.
It was his dancing.
He was amazing.
And of course
He
you
lost
don't want
to Barrera.
Yeah, you see, and that really stunned him. But you know, you really want to grow from your losses. God bless him.
So that's interesting then, right? Because you just mentioned this, the fact that previously you were more unknown,
Yeah.
right, which was an advantage to you.
Exactly.
And now you mentioned Prince Nassim, and all the way through his career, when he was fighting people that just couldn't deal with his style, there was something unknown about his style. And then when he fought Barrera, it was like, okay, I've seen this before, I can deal with this. Do you feel like, because Prince Nassim carried on until he was stopped. And then he couldn't evolve past that. Do you feel like you're having to keep evolving because now people are finding more out about you?
Yeah.
Like 2025, you showed a lot of your cards, you would say.
I would say, I don't think I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I feel like 2025, I did an interview yesterday, and it was really good because Mike said this, you know, 2025, it was a lot of talent and hard work, but now I have the experience. And you feel that after you have the experience and you're comfortable in the cage, now you can really let loose. I haven't really let loose. It was more of grit and talent and just, I cannot lose this fight. Now that I have that grit and talent, I cannot lose this fight. I could be myself more. Now you feel like I've cracked the code. Oh, now they'll see how I really am. Now they'll see what I really can do, how much I can really do, how much output I can really put. Oh, he's not a wrestler. I started off wrestling. I started off with my jiu-jitsu. I just never put it in the cage because I was too nervous, and it was much easier to knock people out. But now I'm more comfortable in the cage, so now I can tap into that. You know, I went against Loris Orley, and I put him on his back. I was on his in mount. But again, because I was so, oh shoot, what am I supposed to do here? I could have easily finished it by choking him out or keeping on top and just grounding and pounding. But because I'm never there, and I'm more of like, oh shoot, but now I'm more like, oh bro, chill. We've been here before. I know this already. What are you doing? Lock in. I'm here. I'm everywhere. I'm focused. I'm everywhere. I'm focused. Stay focused. You're in a cage. It's me and you. It's me and him. And I feel like people are going to realize that with that time off that I had, I was able to go through all the holes in my bucket that slowed me down in the cage. You know. So now it's more of, dang, I can't wait to perform. Now it's not so much nervousness, but now it's like, I've been here before, and I can't wait to show.
Yeah, it's
like I can't wait to go.
Now
Yeah, now I want to go. Now it's not the nerves aren't the what ifs anymore. Of course, you still want to have the what ifs because you don't want to get hit with a surprise. The what ifs should always stay there. If you don't have the what ifs, you will get humbled with the what ifs. You know, so the what ifs are always there. But once you meditate the what ifs out of the way, now it's like, oh my gosh, let's go. Now it's not, I'm nervous. Now it's like, oh, I can't wait to go. Now I'm like a kid who looks like he's been cracked out on you know, sugar and candy, who's ready to get in the football game and just crack somebody, you know, and it feels like that now. It's like, gosh, I've been out for so long. I can't wait to get back into that cage and show what I really have, who the Silverback really is, who everybody that I know, who I train with, understands when they say, Dad, honestly, you're the best welterweight we've ever gone against. There's no one who has anything for you. Of course, I take this, and I'm grateful for it, but I never take it as in, Dad, there's nothing you could do to evolve your game. Okay, I'm good. I've been acknowledged, but at the same time, I'm a believer in Christ. So, you know, I feel like those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Let me humble myself and let Christ exalt me. Instead of exalting myself and letting Christ humble me through someone like Shimon Musayev, because he is a dangerous opponent.
Yes.
But I'm a dangerous opponent.
That's a very, very good take on it, a very, very grounding take on it. Is it difficult to stay humbled when everyone around you is being so complimentary? I
don't think so, because I've come from such a loving family where I've always gotten compliments from my family. So it's more like, I don't want to seem like, oh, he's arrogant, he takes these things, but like when someone says something, so I take it and I'm very thankful for it, but I know where to stop it. I know not to let it sit in my heart. I take it, I keep it up here, I reciprocate that kindness, and then I let it go. As if it was never even said to me. because if you keep it and you constantly thrive or just, let that ferment in your heart, then you start thinking, hey, man, it's a one-man army. I could do this by myself. I've been doing this by myself. I'm 11-0. I've been beating people who've been in this game for so long. Who can touch me? Someone can touch you with that mindset.
Always.
Someone can touch you. Either you get touched by someone or you relax and get touched in training because you relax, and you learn in training. And then when it's time to go perform, when it's time to go take that test, all the studying I've been doing, I can go and ace a test. That's why I always hate when people say, you need to lose one time to understand how it feels. Why do I need to lose if I've been putting in the work? What are you talking about? So you're trying to tell me all the hard work that I've been putting in is invalid, and because your mindset is of someone who is the tail and not the head, I'm supposed to feel what it feels like to be hurt and down and, just angry at myself? No, why should I do that? Why should I put myself through that? As a man who thrives being and wanting to be great, there's those voices outside who see that you want to be great, and like crabs in a bucket, they want to pull you down.
For sure.
And you have to realize, hey, don't touch me before I eat your crab legs. You know what I mean? Before I eat your legs, because unless you're trying to come with me, don't try to pull me down with you. My mindset is not one of someone who's a victim.
See, that's interesting, because it almost seems to me, and I agree with what you're saying. I don't think people need to lose to be humbled. There are some people that need a loss to find humility.
Exactly.
Right, and you seem to have humility without suffering the loss, which is a real benefit to you. I always felt the same about Khabib. I never felt like he was always coming from the same place as you were, of like, this person's a legitimate threat. I've got to be humble enough to accept that they could beat me in order for me to beat them and to be the best version of myself. Like, you've got Shamil Musayev next, right? If you write him off like he's not a competition for you, he's going to be the most dangerous person you've ever fought.
Exactly.
But,
and that's how I look at him.
Well, with your mentality, it almost seems like you've prepared yourself for all the eventualities where he could win, and you've solved those problems internally before you've even stepped into the cage.
Exactly that. And sorry to say it, but honestly, I don't want to discount people who, to your point, I don't want to discount people who do need that loss, because I've lost in my amateur career. And that last loss did help me a lot, and it did put me on to somewhat of this mindset as well. I wouldn't say it was the main reason for this. I do say Christ is the main reason for this, but it did help me a lot. So yeah, if you want to lose, I don't want to say go for it, go take a loss, to be this, but learn from your predecessors, learn from those from before you, and see that hey, that loss really hurt that person. Maybe I shouldn't be sipping on my own Kool-Aid every time I go into a fight or every time I go into a camp. And that's when, people ask, hey, did you start camp? I'm always in camp. I know who I'm fighting now, but I'm always in camp. This is my job. This is my career. Why would I go into my career as if it's a day job, if it was like a under the table job? No, I go into this like it's a 9 to 5, like if it's office work, and I'm trying to become the boss now. I go in it and I go hard at it. And I think everyone should do that if they really want to make a career out of it.
I agree. Who do you like watching? What other fighters do you like watching?
After Ariel Juani's show, I like watching GSP. I like watching Anderson Silva's movements.
See, even Anderson Silva, he came to mind a minute ago because, like, even at the height of his greatness, he kind of switched off against Chris Weidman. Right?
Yeah, and got too crazy.
Hands down. And it was, like, even someone at the height of Anderson Silva's career with the dominance that he had really in 2 weight classes at the time, because he was stepping up to light heavyweight and beating people up. Like, for him to have that moment where he just kind of switched off, it's almost feels like anybody could be susceptible to losing that humility. Is that in mind? Do you like look at Anderson Silva in that moment and go, man, how did he get so far and still make that mistake in that moment?
I look at him, then I look at Conor McGregor.
So look, Ilia Topuria this week.
Ilia Topuria.
Right, that was a bad game plan.
It was Ilia Topuria. was so set on winning and so set on this guy is not a danger to me that he forgot we're all fighters at the end of the day. And once he got into the cage, I feel like he didn't prepare himself to the what ifs. And the lactic acid from the what ifs started to come into when he was fighting and he couldn't perform. So I feel like it was once he got into the cage, everything started to actually hit him at that moment and he couldn't perform. So his arms started to lock up. He couldn't throw his punches. His legs started to seize up, so he couldn't move. So now he's back from being experienced to now working on talent and grit. And now if you're going to talent and grit with such a high-level person, it doesn't work so much it doesn't work that well, especially when it comes to 5 rounds and someone else who already went into the fight thinking, I got nothing to lose.
Exactly that. Matt Serra, GSP, another one, right?
Right.
So exactly. In this scenario, how is Shamil Messiah feeling about you, do you think?
I feel like he's smart. Is
he humble?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think it's his culture to be humble.
Okay.
You know, I feel like it's in their Dagestani culture to be humble and to work hard. But it's more of, since your last fight, have you really evolved? Did you really evolve, or did you think it was a fluke? That's what we'll see. You know, I don't think he's underestimating me anyway, but at the same time, I feel like he thinks that, just like all the other guys, oh, this guy's not ready for me yet. You know? Oh, this guy's not ready for me yet. And it's like, that kills me.
That motivates you.
Oh, man. It makes me want to, you know, and then sit you down and tell you, how dare you? You know? How dare you? Count me out because I'm the new guy in town. I'm not. I'm here and I'm going to stay, and then I'm going to start calling people out. It's like when you first started doing jiu-jitsu and you're, that big guy, the smaller guys wanted to call you out and be like, hey, come, let's go with me. Start choking you out. A couple months into it, you start learning stuff. Now you're understanding how to defend, and then realize, oh, shit, I can't really do it no more. And then now you're a couple years in and no one's calling you out. Hey, who wants to roll? You know, everyone's avoiding eye contact because they know that if you make eye contact, oh, let's go. And now it's going to be hell for you now. Because you remember how it was for me in the beginning? Now I'm running the game. Now I'm running the show. Now I'm that guy you don't want to go against no more. You know? So that's what I'll make people understand. Like I was saying yesterday, I like how it is in the beginning because I know where I will be. I see myself. I don't see the journeys or the steps that I'll take, but I know that there are steps, but I see where I will be. And I understand if I stay on this journey, I will get there. And that's what I was telling you. I'm over here on the end of it, but I'll be where McGee is soon enough. Because I understand where I will be. I know my path.
So, July 25th, you're going to be in Washington, D.C. in the main event. You have 5 rounds against Shamil Messiah. Do you have a prediction? Do you have a feeling of how it's going to go?
I think after his last loss, he will get greedy, and I'll catch him.
Okay.
He's going to get greedy, and I'm going to catch him. Or he's going to get frustrated, and I'm going to catch him. He gets frustrated.
Yeah.
I've noticed it in his fights. He gets frustrated. I mean, if you watch him back, you'll see what he does before he starts. He gets frustrated, and then he goes.
So you've already got one belt for one shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's the tournament belt.
Exactly.
2025. Now we're talking about a belt that you hold and defend, a welterweight world title. Is that going to feel any different?
No, because I'll just keep collecting them.
Okay.
I'll just keep collecting them. That's all it'll be. There'll be a collection now.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm glad you're excited.
I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there.
Thank you so much.
That was a great conversation, man. You
it.
gave us lots of really, really good insights into your thinking. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
That was really, really good. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something from it. Make sure you're watching this fight. Thad Jean, Shamil Messiah, July 25th in Washington, D.C. The welterweight title's on the line. It's going to be incredible. This has been Between Rounds. I've been Dan Hardy, and we've been sponsored by Gorilla Energy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Maybe the next welterweight champ sitting right there. We're going to see in a few weeks.
You'll see brother. 2 belts on me.
I like it.
Appreciate it.
Good luck, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.